Technical difficulties. One moment while we switch you out.
Oh, okay. Good start. Feeling good. Feeling good.
It's going so good. At least you look amazing.
Hey, well, your mic sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't look great, but okay. Sean's not with us anymore. No, that sounded... No, he's fine. He's not with us tonight. It's just me. Sorry. Monologue. Whew, boy. This is our second year of Lilac City Live at the Library. Yeah, we started 2 years ago. But a lot of people don't know that this is actually my retirement gig. I've been a talk show host for decades, really for a very long time. I mean, interviewed really amazing, huge celebrities, and just wanted to take it easy and get back to, a grassroots talk show. I actually have a little bit of, you want to see some of my previous work, maybe? Okay, well.
Thanks for joining me on my first talk show, the Ryan Dean Social Hour. And Frank, I appreciate you accepting when I reached out to you.
I've always admired people who are gentle and who have great patience.
Well, you're too kind. I also think I'm rather handsome. Oh, blue eyes, you're making me blush. I think our friendship is just the tops, and I hope you feel the same way.
And I don't think I could ask for anything more than that, actually.
Marlon Brando, thanks so much for coming on my show.
It's a gay sort of affair, and it's lively and there are a lot of young kids around, and it's pleasant to look forward to. It's a nice way to spend your day.
Mar, you're sweet to say that. Say, you came to see my band the other night. What did you think?
Well, I was quite surprised when I first heard of it. Have you ever heard the mating call of a young yak?
Ah, Marlon, you're always busting my chops.
It's pretty terrible.
Paul McCartney, welcome. What did you think of the book I wrote?
You've got to be intelligent to write books.
That is true. Moving on, I heard that you have a crush on me, right?
No, it's not true.
Okay, I totally believe you. Moving on, Georgie, are you having a good time on my show?
And everything's going great, I think.
Well, I should hope so. Ringo's having fun, right, Ringo?
Oh, not really, we're just having a good laugh and everyone seems to enjoy it.
Okay. You guys are pretty weird,
We play marbles.
Cool. Please welcome Edie Sedgwick and Andy Warhol. Andy, what's up?
Oh, I must warn you, Andy won't say a word. I think he'll whisper answers to me if you ask him a question.
What? You don't like me, Andy? Well, what about you, Edie?
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm getting a good response nationwide. What do you think of the show in general?
Something either fantastic or ridiculous, and that remains to be seen.
Gee, well, thanks for coming on then. Oh my gosh, Lou Reed. Hey man, are you happier solo or in the Velvet Underground?
Are you happier as a schmuck?
Oh, well, I'd like to think I'm a schmuck for comedy's sake, so I suppose it's a bit of a paradox.
Well, when faced with a paradox, I become paradoxical.
I don't think paradoxical is a word.
They expect it of me. I don't know what they expect of you, except it wasn't that good.
Okay. Wow, Diana Ross, I can't believe you're here, even though I had to bribe you.
I had always decided I would never buy myself diamonds, that was something my man was supposed to get for me.
You know, I've only been a talk show host for about 20 years now, but I was hoping, you know, you've been in the entertainment game a long time. I was hoping you could give me some pointers.
And why should I be giving advice or saying, I can only tell you what's happened with me and what's happened to my life?
Well, I can appreciate that. Maybe just some words of encouragement?
Be devoted to it and believe in yourself.
David Bowie. I cannot believe the response I got from the crowd when I opened for you in New York.
Black noise is the register within which you can crack a city or people, or it's a new controlled bomb. It's a noise bomb, in fact.
Well, that's interesting, but I saw you on the street the other day, and I was calling for you, but I think you were avoiding me?
It always feels like something running very fast, and then like going to the edge of a cliff and then jumping and opening and get to the other side.
Well, no matter. I still love you, and I think you're super cute.
Yeah. Oh, no, I walked into that.
No, I wouldn't. Holy moly, Gene Simmons, now you are Kiss, correct?
Yes. Actually, what I am is evil incarnate. And some of those cheeks and necks look really good.
Oh, well, do you think my cheeks and neck look good? Any new songs in the works?
You know, your audience really looks appetizing.
All right, Gene, why don't you have a Snickers and calm down? Well, we got her. Madonna, are you excited to be here?
You just get me on the bus that takes me back home.
Well, geez, I thought you'd find me a little charming.
That's not really something you can bank on.
Bill Murray. Billy, how the heck are you, buddy?
This is the greatest show on television.
Stop. Geez, you're too much. But I do recall you telling me that I'm the funniest person you know.
It's just the funniest damn bunch of fun you've ever seen in your life. I mean, that's really all there is to it.
Bill, I knew it. And you also told Ramus that you thought I was cute?
This is not to leave this room, though, okay?
Oh, you know, it's been a journey. Me and Bill still really good friends. And, you know, maybe someday I'll get back in the game and have him on. But, yeah, that was weird. That was my sizzle reel. Speaking of sizzle, we have a hot guest next. Joel Barbour.
His name is Joel Barbour.
Oh, how's it going, man?
Good.
Welcome, have a seat.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Great PNW.
wow, that was a good one.
There you go.
What was it?
His name's Joel Barbour from the Great PNW.
Yeah. Dig it.
Yeah.
You do that for every you know, any way you make an entry.
Yeah, every time I speak at a school, just have some music. And,
Do you speak at schools?
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
Really?
Actually, it's funny because having to do this is, I speak at schools and different speaking engagements, and it's not stressful. This is so much anxiety. And I was thinking about it this morning, you know, I'm at the office, I'm like, why am I so stressed out? I have to like look really deep into myself. Yeah. No, but I honestly was like, is this something deep, a deeper issue I have where I have no control and I have to always be in control? So all day I'm like, am I like a controlling person? I'm like thinking, how am I interacting with people?
I really got the existential.
Oh, totally. And I was like, man, because I don't really know what questions you're gonna throw at me. And I was like, I don't like this feeling of like, because usually when I talk, you know, we have everything's all already planned out.
Right.
I can say whatever the hell I want. This, you can throw like, what's your deepest, darkest secret? I'm like, oh, like what am I gonna say? But you know, what's funny is, I mean, I don't know if it's appropriate, but you know, it's funny because last time we talked, we were both staring at your dick, actually, which is funny. And I don't know if you want to explain that or you want me to explain it. But we should just leave it. Let's just leave it at that. Actually, why don't we just stop and then on to the next question? If you guys want to know.
There's a nude painting of myself in terrain. Joel
It's gotta be
and I were like just in a room together. A bunch of people. people. And,
A lot of people were there, yeah.
It was art.
It was art, right, yeah.
I thought you said it was hard.
It was hard. No, it was just like hanging down, yeah.
It was art.
It was art, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Is it the Great Pacific Northwest? What do you call it? What is?
Dude, that's what's funny is even, it's such a mouthful sometimes. Like even when I started the company, I was like, is this even make sense? Like, what is it, an acronym? Like PNW, is that it's an acronym? You know, Pacific Northwest, but actually when you spell it out, Northwest is one word, so it's kind of odd.
Yeah.
But I knew, you know, PNW, only really people who are from here would know what PNW means, you know, so.
And you're from Spokane.
100%, I will die in Spokane, born and raised. Yeah, from Hilliard. Anybody else from Hilliard? Yeah, so, there we go. Hell yeah. So, yeah, so.
How did it start?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
when did you make your first?
2013.
Oh, okay, really?
So we're going, but it'll be 7 years in February, I believe.
Wow,
so,
that's really exploded in a short time.
Yeah, and that's, it really just, I don't know, I'm a graphic designer, so that's pretty much how it started.
So you were just doing that, and then you would make your own stuff, and then you were like, I'll put this in a t-shirt, or?
No, I mean, a little bit more complicated, not overly, but I was just designing a lot of skateboards and t-shirts for local companies, and they're like, man, this stuff is like flying off the shelves, right?
Yeah.
That sounds super cheesy, but it's just like selling really well. And every year, all my buddies, we would road trip around the Northwest. Oh yeah, Mike Miller? Yeah, that right there, that's my right-hand man every single day. We're pretty much crying in my office every day about everything. So actually, Mike, I mean, it would have been 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So Mike and I would always road trip around the Northwest, just camping and skateboarding. And I was like, Mike, there's no clothing company that really embodies all this stuff we're into. And these other companies are saying the stuff I'm designing is selling really well. I was like, just film me talking to the camera, and I'm gonna pitch this idea on Kickstarter. And that was 7 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy. And now there's like, even in that short time, there's like knockoff versions of stuff.
Yeah, all the time. And at first it used to kind of bother me, but it's pretty much comical at this point. It's frustrating, you know, especially when I see straight up like a design that I did. Also, another company will like change the word, something, you know, and they'll just put it and sell it on a shirt, and they'll like defend it, like, no, this is ours. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that's insane.
Do you come up with all the designs, or is it?
I used to. I pretty much do emails and budgeting now, but for the first, I'd say 5 years, 99% of anything visual came from myself or Mike. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Beers. So as far as graphically, I would design all of it. Mike would do like all the photography, all the video, and for the first 2 years, you know, I was working at an ad agency, so I really had like 2 jobs, and then eventually I was able to hire Mike full time, and now we just get to hang out like every day and
skateboard in your warehouse.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, it's kind of funny because we just ran this campaign for like this warehouse sale online, and the guy who runs the warehouse, Johnny, he skateboards. Literally, he goes from the computer, he has an order, and he skateboards to get the orders because he's a skateboarder. And in my mind, I'm like, as a business owner, I'm like, this is great. He's hyper efficient, he's really fast, and he's enjoying it. Like, this is great. And then I was telling Mike, I'm like, what better way to show off this warehouse than Johnny like skateboarding around? So we did this whole video series with that.
Yeah,
and
he's on Instagram, and you can see all the fun stuff they do there.
Yeah.
And speaking, you have local people be your models for.
Yeah, I'd say a majority of everybody we've had is, you know, we've had like people who've modeled before, and
a lot of people who've come on the show have been Django.
Yeah, Nick Lewis. I've roped him in a few times. He was hanging out earlier today at the office, and but it is funny the difference between somebody who's modeled before and somebody who hasn't. I mean, think about how uncomfortable is it to like have your picture taken a million times, but that's kind of it. No, but people. I mean, when people who have modeled before, when we use them, they literally hear the shutter go off and they're just like, they know to like change, oh, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, it is funny because you're like, oh, what is modeling? But you're like, oh, fuck, these people really, there's an art to it, I guess. Like they know to throw the blue steel or whatever they got to do. And, but it does make a big difference. And because we hire so many local models, like for our bigger shoots, we literally did like just get people to chill out. We like have to have like a team dinner where people are, you know, there's drinks and everybody's getting to know each other. Like the night before a shoot, there's like, you know, 8 to 12 of us just to be like comfortable so then we can shoot the next day.
Right, just hang out and get to know each other and stuff.
Yeah, so people know it's, oh, this is chill, it's fun, we're just gonna, you know, just rifle you through a bunch of garments and yeah.
Now that you've gotten bigger, do people come to you with designs and they're like, would you commission this or you know like I don't know,
yeah, but it's like not that's the thing, we have like between, you know, just the people on our team, we don't really look outside of like we do everything in-house. Like every design comes from us. There are people that send us some stuff, but it's usually like, hey, I sketch. They're not a graphic designer. They might be like a fine artist or something. It's all cool. Mm-hmm. But I would just say like our core, like our team for what we do is the most knowledgeable and the best at putting that stuff out. And that's talking about like knockoffs and stuff. All those smaller companies, we really lean on our design strength to be like, yeah, those smaller companies, they can rip us off. They can do their little designs. They can put the Great PNW on shirts, whatever. Even with like trademarks and stuff, it's kind of.
You can tell the difference.
You can tell a difference. It's like, you know, everybody, you know, that works for us and does designs. I mean, they've been doing it for years, yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Whichever one makes us the most money. Which is actually, okay, this is funny because the one that does make us the most money, it's just funny, years ago, before I ever hired Mike Miller, it was literally the easiest, and it was a huge stretch. I'm like, I'm gonna put upper left USA. I've been using it in some designs from the start, but I'm like, I'm just gonna do a shirt that just says upper left USA, unbranded, no logo. And because Mike's my best friend, I'm like, I'm gonna name this the Miller. And it's something he would like too. I'm like, he's a really simple, chill dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, even right now it's end of the year, so I'm looking at all of our data. I'm like, that's been the best selling product 2 years in a row. Also scary enough is like, that's what gets ripped off the most, you know? Yeah. Because it's just typography. So we're in the middle of, all that's all trademarked now, but
it's hard to get
even if you tell somebody, hey, stop doing this, here's a cease and desist, and be like, hey, fuck you, and then what are you going to do, send your lawyers after? I mean, it's just kind of like, we do what we do. And
how many places carry your stuff? You're kind of all over again.
In retail stores, I mean, probably over 100 around the Northwest.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because I mean, REI has like probably, I think there's like 20 of those just in the Northwest alone, and just a handful. We love REI, we love working with them and Zoomies and stuff, but at our core, it's like all the small boutiques, because what's cool about that is like, we're dealing with, you know, say like Kingsley and Scout, you know, with Nick Lewis, we're dealing directly with those owners, and like, that's like their lifeblood, that's what they dwell in, and so we get to work directly with the owners, and it's super cool. So
yeah, I mean,
that's what we like
whenever
the most.
Christmas time, you know, I have some relatives who live out of town, and I always go to Atticus or Kingsley.
Atticus,
and
perfect.
Go grab all my Christmas stuff there.
Yeah, because and that's what's great. I mean, the holidays, it's obviously our busiest time, but it's such an inexpensive gift to give somebody. It's super easy because the same shirt you wear, your dad and your grandpa can wear.
Right.
You know, your kids can wear it. It's just a very broad sweep of like, we try to keep things really simple that way. So you're not kind of pigeonholed in like, well, this is a 20-year-old shirt. You know?
Right, yeah, exactly.
So.
Well, give us some plugs. You got the website, Instagram, there's a Facebook, all that stuff. And you
Facebook just drives ads. We just have ads on there. We don't really do anything on Facebook. But I mean, Instagram is probably like the big one.
Where you can see the newest stuff.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the greatpnw.com, and Instagram is just at @the_great_PNW. And, but that's not even super relevant anymore either, because as far as algorithm and all that stuff, it's like, it's just so throttled. I mean, I'm not saying that all this stuff sucks, but Go follow it. You probably won't see it because Instagram won't feed it to you, even though we put it out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a whole other conversation of like, yeah, I mean, we really built the company 7 years ago. What we did on Instagram from year 1 to 3 now costs like over $100 grand to do the exact same thing to run ads. Like it's,
oh wow.
Yeah, anyways, that's, don't get me started talking business. This will be the most boring thing you guys will ever listen to. Like that's like what I like. When people ask like, oh, what do you like, design or business? It's like, it's like 50-50. I love going through the data, but I'm a graphic designer. I didn't go to school for business. Like, I remember the first time I got asked for a P&L, I'm like, I don't know what a P&L is. Like, you know, yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah. No, it's actually PNW.
Yeah. You gotta ask. Yeah. Yes. No, it's not what it is. Yeah. So.
Well, Joel, thanks so much for coming on. Everybody, go out and grab some PNW gear. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Well, that was fun. But now, who's ready for some pun? Annika and Alyssa have started a new program for troubled youth, and I went and asked them a few questions about their new venture. Yeah.
We're the Punishers. I'm Anita Minute.
And I'm Amanda Hug and Kiss.
And what is it that you do?
We bring all that is punny and good to people's lives.
Yeah, oftentimes to young children, tweens, teens, young adults whose parents feel their children need some sort of an intervention. We bring that barrage of wordplay, the storm of puns.
Gang, gang, y'all, it's Ramona here. I'm 14 and a half, stole my dad's car. What you want to know about it?
So are the holidays a busier time for you?
Oh yeah, what
Yeah,
with
definitely.
Christmas around the corner, all those parents bring us in for their naughty kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that is when we also, I think, get the most, I don't know, bang for our buck. We have a lot of extra clauses in our contract.
There's really no telling what the winter season will bring for our business.
But you know, we're not elfish. You know, we really just want to give during this season.
Yeah, we just like pull up our stockings and let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, and we totally slay.
We do slay, and at Christmas, you know, opportunity sometimes only knocks once.
Right.
It doesn't always knock twice.
Yeah. I mean, though maybe we should rein deer and just get it.
Typically, we get the teen in an activity that has opportunities for puns that naturally arise, like bread making. And
then it's the yeast we could do is we just kind of guide them through, you know, we're not in it for the dough, we're in it for really making people's lives better.
We need it. And
that's right.
By the end of the activity, they figure out they need it too.
Right. Everyone needs it.
Yeah, it's not just a half-baked idea.
What is this?
We're the Punishers. I'm Amanda Hug and Kiss.
I'm Anita Minute. Aren't you impressed?
Oh my god.
Ramona, do you want a seaweed snack? Help yourself.
Stop.
I know we're running out of time, but you really got to get on the pun train.
See, now your attitude's getting better.
No.
I'm sorry we keep assaulting you. Huh?
Shake.
Assault.
No! Oh, not so fast. I don't want this. Stop it, please.
Some people say we're corny, but I say we have true grit.
And this might not have been your jam before, but it's definitely your jam now.
Yeah. I get it now. Oh my god. Thank you so much for shining
right on this issue.
What,
True, we're merely conduits for the magic of wordplay to work through us and the teens.
And you know, whether it's scientific or not, we have a 100% success rate, so...
Yes, Ramona here has finally seen the light.
Yeah. I used to be a bad seed, but I'm really blossoming now. You know, I am pedaling to the beat of my own drum, but I'm still remembering my roots, and I am now going to go into the STEM field.
Oh boy. Really turned Laura around.
I like the part where you can hear you giggling behind the camera.
It's really difficult. They're very good at the puns. Like, it takes me a second sometimes. Yeah. Speaking of puns, Punderground here at the library. Annika, what is January? 23rd. So you can come and compete in a punning competition right here on the stage. You can follow the Punderground on Facebook and Instagram. Well, if you thought that rocked, get ready for our next guest, expats. Expats, come on up! All right. Oh, there you go. All right. You guys know expats? Who knows expats? Oh, yeah, there you go.
What do you mean you don't know expats?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing? What are you going to play for us?
Oh.
Do you have a name?
You wrote it. I don't know the name of the songs, but we know them by heart for the most part.
The song's called We Know It By Heart by the Expats. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, a pick. You have a little case. Hey, that's a nice strap.
You start on the strap. I have a
Expats,
photo.
everybody!
Yeah. I'm a nerd and I wear earplugs. Safety first.
Boy.
Are these treats for us? Did not read my writer, clearly. All right, here's a song I don't know the name of.
What's the use in therapy if I still cannot tell the Thank you. That's the most applause we've ever gotten.
Play some more in a little bit.
We have 2 more for you.
All right, okay. Thanks, everybody. That was great. Oh, wow. Jeez, thanks. Oh, well, sorry. Whew. Maybe it's because Sean isn't here. I don't know. I can't quite get my Stella groove. That's what I was looking for. Deep cut. Thank you. Well, we're in for a real treat now. It took a lot of emails, but is he ready? Santa Claus? We got Santa, everybody! Santa! Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh! Casual Santa! Wow! Santa, welcome! Oh, Santa!
I remember when you were this tall!
Oh, boy! That's a long time ago.
That was last year, yes.
Santa, thanks for coming on.
Oh, well, I have to say, you're such a good boy. Especially for having me on.
Well, you know, Santa, you're the guest of honor always. You're always welcome.
Oh, thank you.
How you doing?
Honestly? It's been a tough year, right?
Yeah?
It's been a tough year, yeah.
Yeah,
very tough.
What's going on?
I have to not only compete with all the various retailers.
Right.
I mean, right over there will be the death of me.
Yeah.
But I also have to deal with online algorithms. Have you heard about this Wish.com?
Oh, Wish.com. Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. It's kind of inexpensive.
Have you seen what they have?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. These are some of the things that get advertised to me. I don't know if that says anything about my search.
I don't know what that is, Ryan.
I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. Vanessa told me what it is. But there's a lot of weird stuff on there.
Never in a million years would I have envisioned some of the items they have here. You'll see.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
Oh, God.
Okay, I get that one.
$1. I mean, how do you compete?
Exactly. How do I compete? That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's hard.
Yeah. I don't. What is that?
I've been around a long time.
I don't understand.
And this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
You've made every gift imaginable, and then the Wish comes out of nowhere with this.
Well, to be fair, my elves make them.
Oh, right. Well, yeah.
I oversee. I don't.
Do you pitch?
I don't do the work.
Oh, that's. That's the laziest cultural appropriation I've ever seen. That is just scraped dead skin off of your foot. That's disgusting.
It's called a sponge. Hello. All right. Sorry, I'm off tonight.
$2. How do you compete in that market? I mean,
that's a market I don't want to be in.
Yeah, it's really in the deep end there on that one.
Yeah.
$1 for 40 sleeping cats. What is this for? Santa,
So you see what I'm up against, right? Okay, these are interesting. We tried this once.
Yeah.
I almost lost my shirt from the medical bills. There were so many scratches on the elves. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
They just immediately bite them.
Well, it's very cheap, bizarre stuff. I mean, you know, yeah. Well, I hope they're not too disappointed this year, the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they like the gifts that the elves have made. They put in a lot of work.
Well, maybe we could defeat Wish.com somehow, or...
You're not thinking
I think maybe...
singing a Christmas song?
Should we all sing
Maybe.
Santa Claus?
Hold on, I like where your head's at, Ryan.
Okay.
Maybe if we all sing a little Christmas song, we can defeat the evildoers at Wish.com. What do you think?
Yeah?
Can we do it?
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Or, you know, the oil will burn for 8 days, or the 7 disciplines of Kwanzaa.
You do you.
You know, any of the other things to defeat Wish is really important, so I don't... Oh.
I was tremendously embarrassed.
Oh, Santa. I sent out a lot of emails.
Yeah.
I must have... Does this happen?
Dude, it's fine. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a couple times it's happened to me on your end, and
oh boy,
freaked me out.
Hey, you, what's up?
Hey, Satan.
Satan, I'm sorry. Thank you for coming. I'll email you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You still want rollerblades?
What?
You still want rollerblades, right?
It's fine.
It's what you asked for last time.
I got a holiday party I got to be at in like an hour, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to go well. So
yeah. Sorry, Satan. Sorry.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Well, I've got a lot of work to do.
Sorry, Santa.
You know, no, it's okay. You know, to be honest, that guy creeps me out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
what are you talking about, man?
Sorry.
You know, another thing though.
Oh, hey. Your mom baked me way too many cookies this year also.
Oh, my mom, she bakes a lot. Do you guys know my mom? Yeah?
So I don't need these. As you can see, I got enough.
You left them back here.
I got enough. Oh, behind this chair.
Oh, look.
Well, who should we give them to?
Let's see. Who should we give them to?
Can't be someone in the band.
Let's see. Is there anybody who has a library card?
What about, is there anyone in the audience that has a face tattoo and is also pregnant?
Oh my God!
Oh, hey!
Rhea!
What are the odds?
Oh, Rhea! What are the odds? Oh, feed that baby. Oh, Santa, thanks for coming,
welcome.
buddy. Everybody, Santa Claus. Oh, thanks, Santa. Oh, that was fun. Oh. It went a little smoother than I thought it was going to go, to be honest. You know, I went to the party palace to get both of those costumes. And I was like, oh, hey, do you have a Santa costume? And the woman was like, yeah, they're right there. And it was $100 for the full, like, Santa costume. And I was like, yeesh. And I go, okay, never mind. And then I went around and I came back with the pitchfork and the thing. And she goes, oh, going a different route. It's a thing. I want to mention, Giza is our sponsor for this show. They're back in that, by that pillar there. All of those bags on that table, those are free. So if you want one, go ahead and grab one. They wanted me to tell you, and go to Giza. And then, boy, if you like presents, then look no further than our next guest's stage presence. Jeez. Tiffany Patterson. Annika, I need you to write some segues for me. Hey! Oh, how's it going? Good. Have a seat.
Is this on?
I think so.
Okay.
Talk.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Oh, it's on.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I don't like
we'll
mics.
see what happens. These mics.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Tiffany
Joel made me nervous.
Patterson. Joel made you nervous?
He was talking about how nervous he was.
Joel. It wasn't bad, right?
He got the F words out of the way for me, though. I did request that.
Yeah, I
Thank
forgot
you.
to tell you, it was kind of PG crowd there, Joel. So you brought a piece.
You told me to bring a piece.
I know, yeah. Well, you brought a bunch of stuff too. Tiffany's stuff is on the table back there as well. If you want something to give somebody for the holidays, some beautiful art. Art. I love art. Tiffany, when did you get started with art?
Oh, man. I mean, like always, but I had my first art show in 2007, I think, here in Spokane.
You moved here in 2002?
2002.
Yeah.
When I graduated high school, I moved here to study photography. And then I was getting a tattoo.
Right.
My first one, and it was like a long process, and I couldn't tip my tattoo artist, so I gave her my only good painting I had made.
Yeah.
I was new to painting, I was a photographer.
Right.
And she kind of like
So it wasn't like a great tip.
she like didn't open it, and I was really sad, and then like she called me a week later and was like, I moved all the art on the big wall and I put your art up and you're having an art show. And so it was like her that kind of helped me like figure out how to have an art show.
That's really cool. That's a crazy story that like...
And then I just had an art show every month from then on, essentially for a while. I was like found it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's good, yeah.
I do want to say that when I went to pre-interview Tiffany, I went to your art space and we cried maybe 3 times.
Only
just
3.
in our... So prepare yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes.
Okay, but photography, but you were also you went to photography at the Falls, but you worked at a funeral home, yeah?
No. I worked in the funeral industry.
Not a funeral home.
I worked at a company that made funeral videos.
Right.
So I learned photo correction, restoration, and then video editing. We sort of made slideshows that were played at funeral homes 12 hours from when we got the photos. So it was like a kind of a turnaround thing, and we had national clients, but I did end up going to like international funeral conventions and like sitting on a computer doing photo restoration.
Wow.
Surrounded by, all that is a international funeral convention. So it was, I worked there for 11 years.
Yeah. But you do a little bit of everything. So now that, like, you do art, like, since just making hobby paintings.
Yeah.
You do a little bit of everything. Like, that's what makes me a piece there.
Yeah, this is a newer piece that I've made. I do murals and ceramics, and I kind of got started with the graphic design through first making posters for my art shows and then making show posters for bands and then doing freelance graphic design, and now I work at a graphic design agency as an illustrator and designer.
Yeah. Hosmer.
Good, yeah, you're improving.
I did it. I practiced.
There's an umlaut. It's Clint Hosmer. Yeah.
You say it really well.
I have to say it a lot. I mean, my boss's name there's 2 Clunts. So, yeah. 2 Clunts and a Hosmer. But...
I'm looking for the joke. And I'm finding it.
Well, I mean, I think you called it Clunt.
Ooh. Yeah, that was accidental though. I didn't. But yeah, do you have a favorite medium that you do? I mean, I know your watercolor is what I really admire the most because I can't do it. I get too frustrated and I'm impatient.
Yeah, watercolor has the same magic for me that ceramics has, where there's like a piece of it that's absolutely out of your control.
Yeah.
That like it does its own thing, and you are just like the facilitator, and then you let the magic happen, and it surprises you. It always surprises you.
Yeah.
So I do love that because there's that element.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a good one. But you do comics too. Has it been a while?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one in a while. I did
Been a while.
some family portraits and pet portraits for a while, like commissions.
Yeah.
So I just hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah. I was just making.
How'd you find? I'm just kidding. You're good. Yeah. So I have a new comic out in the Spokane Sequential, which is our free comics publication that we put out. Derek, my partner, sort of runs it, and it's put out 4 times a year.
Do you put that out in the art space?
What am I looking at? So, anyways, I have a comic in there, and it's.
Do you guys make that in the art space?
So Spokane Print Publishing Center is he's part of that co-op, I guess we call it, and he does his office is there, so he runs it out of there. And then Global Credit Union is a sponsor, a print sponsor, and so there's 500 printed and distributed. Did it stop?
It stopped.
Am I sitting on it?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's set this here.
Santa.
Anyways, so what I'm really trying to say is there's a comic in there, and it's a doozy, and it's the first comic I've ever made that is like, I had a lot to say, and it feels really good to have a way to say that.
I feel like a lot of your pieces recently are like stuff that are
pretty
very
deep. Yeah,
pretty deep. Your watercolor you started during when you had cancer. Is that when you started it, right?
So yeah, that's when I started watercoloring. I got a show at the Colva Sullivan Gallery, and then I was diagnosed with cancer, and I didn't want to cancel it because I really don't want to be a flaky artist more than I naturally am. And so I was like, I'm still going to do this show, and I had surgery, and I couldn't like stand or sit for long periods of time. Like I either had to like lay down or walk around, and so I started watercoloring, and I would walk through the kitchen and like add a whole bunch of really wet watercolor and then just like leave it, and then the next time I walk through, keep doing that, and it gave me this way to like do nothing but every day I made a painting. And so it was like I had a pretty good show. It wasn't the show I wanted to have because I always want to do installation and all these crazy things, but it was like a very helpful show for me.
Yeah.
As far as like healing and not just being stuck in this house.
Yeah.
Walking around.
And things are a little better now, right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a couple years.
Yeah. This is my favorite mural in Spokane. It's on Monroe. And this was a collaboration, right?
Yeah, so I had met a really amazing person that just was in town. His partner was doing a residency here, and he's kind of more of a nomadic artist, we'll say. He's traveling, and he was just here while she was here, and he said, I do murals, and I made him show me, and then I was like, oh, you do big murals. That's like my bucket list. We're doing a mural while you're here. And then it turned out to be like a really short timeline, and I raised $3,000 in a week.
Wow.
Or maybe 2 weeks, and then we had 1 week to paint. So I worked full time, and we painted that thing every other moment, except for when it was like 100 degrees out and we're taking a nap in the middle of the day. But like I learned to use the scissor lift, and that's like how I teach myself. It's like find people that know stuff. And
it was funny because the people who own the building didn't know that this was happening.
Well, no. Don't tell city council that. There was a person who didn't know, who felt that he had some authority there and was surprised that we were painting his wall. We'll say that. This is a cannabis, not a grow house, thank you. So you just ran into him, and then I was like, who's this guy? We had got verbal permission from the owners, and had been talking to, I believe, his uncle. So
yeah. Well, I'm super happy it went up because I drive by it nearly every day, so it makes me really happy.
It's on Monroe, by the way, next to Gerardo's.
Yeah, if you're going
Mexican restaurant.
north.
Yeah, you have to go north to see it.
From here.
It's about a block down from Kingsley and Scout and Brickyard and all that. So it's like right before that.
Yeah, yeah. And then also one of the more recent pieces was the thing, well, it kind of originated from when you did that dinner with the 12 artists, 12 chefs.
Witch Lake,
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so that was a really amazing art show that actually my boyfriend also curated that one. And it was a show between Emerge Coraline, the gallery, and then Sharma Shields, the writer. And they chose one of her stories and split it up into sections and had each piece illustrated as a piece, and then also made a book. And then Jenny and Adam Hegstead did this phenomenal dinner where they made a course for every single piece. So Sharma was there and she read sort of the story, and we looked at the art was surrounding us in the gallery on the wall.
Yeah.
It was maybe one of the most complete art experiences I've ever had. Like, I didn't know art could be that inclusive. Like, I don't, like everything. Like, so you see the piece and you have that, and then you hear the writer read to you, and then you eat a meal that is not only derived from like the colors of the piece, but like it adds a whole other element of like realness to it. Like there was one piece, it's probably not giving it away, right at the end of the story. My piece up? Are we showing my piece? I don't know.
It's a woman like laying down.
It's anyways, the very last piece in the show, this is, okay, should I talk about this one now? So this is my piece. This is the one I chose, and when I first read the story, this was the one where she, her mother had died, and her father took her as her wife. She'd not really seen a lot of other people, and she got her period for the first time and thought she was dying, and so she went to lay into the creek bed, and then the wolves were the ones that said it was the opposite of dying. And when I read that, I was like, oh, this is the piece I need to do. And then I was like, oh, I can't do that piece, right? And then I was like, oh no, I should do it because of that, right? And so I chose this piece, and it was this amazingly powerful experience to paint because I'm a very empathic person. So the whole time I'm like thinking about how it feels to like be in this situation. And I saved the blood on her shorts for the very end, and it was like it was either gonna make the piece or ruin it, because I just had to put the water on and I put the ink on, and it either, like, I'd already done the piece twice. Like, there was this really
roll the dice.
It was just like rolling the dice, and I just dropped it on and it worked, and I just started bawling.
Yeah.
See, this is why I cried in my studio. It's in my studio.
I mean, I think that's what makes such an important piece, is when it has a very emotional element to it.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe this was sort of...
Like my dude.
Like your dude. Very emotional. I don't know what kind of emotion, but...
Erotic. Tell me a little bit about the studio. Your studio.
Yeah, so... I mean, I've been an artist for a while now, and I've always kind of had like a not great space at my house, which I didn't use, and then I'd like paint on the kitchen table or something. And so now I have an art studio, and it's...
You're going to teach me how to do watercolor.
Yeah, you're going to come to my class.
Yeah. You do classes?
I'm going to do a class.
Okay.
For now. I've taught some classes in the past, but I now have a space. So it's over on Ash. It's called the Jarrett Building, and there is, like, everyone in the building is artistic. So there's Art Salvage, which is like a reclaimed art supply store, and there's Ammonite screen printing, which is just screen printing, and then SPPC, which teaches a whole bunch of great classes, and it's a community resource for printing and publishing. And the printing is letterpress, screen printing, relief printing, and then there's publishing and drawing classes and just like all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And my space is between SPPC and the warehouse. And so like I have a door into both spaces and a big roll-up garage door that across the warehouse has another roll-up garage door, so I can like get some air maybe in the summer when it's not freezing. And it was a space that Lands Council was using for storage, and we actually talked them into moving out of it so I could have an art studio.
Yeah, and it's really cool if, you know, and you're just doing the one, but
well,
if
I'm
other
doing,
classes arise, like,
yeah, I'm
I
doing
really recommend going if you're interested at all.
Yeah, I'll be doing
art.
open studio days. I just had a grand opening where people came through for 8 hours and it was amazing. And then I had a crazy collage night where a lot of people came. And so I'm going to do some really intentional ones where I put like different visual artists with different like poets or writers and just have them collaborate, or other nights where people just bring their own paintings, like your nudes, you could bring those and paint or draw or do whatever you want in the space, because there's quite a lot of spaces to work, and then the whole building has a classroom which we share.
Yeah. And if people wanted to find that, then should they follow your Instagram, or is there another?
Yeah, so Spokane Print, I think it's called Spokane Print. SPPC has one for their space, and then my everything is curse words and birds. So it's like website, Facebook, Instagram, all at curse words and birds.
And also, I found out, I was doing some research on you, you're a writer. You've written a bunch of novels, or is...
No, I haven't. I mean that forever one, yes. I'm not going to claim that one.
I like just Googled your name and this is the first thing that...
You didn't find that like reality TV star, Tiffany?
No.
Bullard, originally
Maybe it's because I work at a library now, this is what popped up. But
yeah, that
you can check it out on our digital platform. This book is available.
I took that photo too. It's you. You can tell him.
You have some art in the back, Curse Words and Birds on Instagram, and go learn how to do art from Tiffany Patterson. Tiffany, thank you so much. You did it. Oh, okay. Getting down to the wire. Oh boy. Okay, so this is just a really interesting thing. One of our producers, Vanessa Strange. Hi, Vanessa. People know Vanessa. So this is the, Vanessa's one of our librarians, and she was researching her house, and she found out that the first couple to live in the house were Harl J. Cook, a real estate developer in Spokane, and Caroline Hathaway. And Caroline Hathaway was one of the librarians in the first Carnegie Library, which was this, and then the next one. And then, but it's just was coincidence that Vanessa is a librarian and bought one of the original librarians' homes. And then we think it's her there with the bow thing, but it's just a guess, right? So yeah, now the Integris, but now it's the Integris building was the old library. So, but she also found this note. They had like a Christmas party, and it says, "Dear staff to come, please, in honor of the first staff of the library, try and do something at Christmas time each year in memory of us. Mrs. Deffenbaugh, Mrs. Hathaway, Mrs. Barker, Alma Marshall, Ginny Boughton, original staff in the Carnegie building." And Vanessa realized that probably nobody has ever done something for them. So we're gonna try to continue that tradition and do a Christmas thing in honor of the original librarians. Yeah. So that's pretty great. And then just to leave you on one thing so I could cry, my little bumblebee. She turns 3 on Saturday. She has fart written on her stomach. But I just love her so much. And happy birthday, BB Gun. And, expats, come on up. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for coming out. I hope you had a great time tonight. Did you have fun? Good. I hope you have a great holiday. Expats, no shows coming up.
We have
no
nothing
album
to
in the
plug.
works. But they're writing new tunes. And you just made an Instagram account. X_pets. _band. You got 2 more for us?
We have 2 more.
Did you title these ones?
It goes against the philosophy of the band.
Your creative process, man.
Yeah. He's right, it's not true.
All right, expats, happy holidays. Everybody, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you so much for coming out for 2 years. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next month. Let's see, one more thing. Tiffany Patterson designed some library cards a few years ago. And if you have a library card or don't, and you want to use her library card, we have them in the back. Sumi over there, she's holding them up and displaying them. If you want to get one of Tiffany Patterson's library cards, you can go grab that and she will do that for you after the show. And then there was something else that I was going to say and I'm keeping to talk, so I will remember it, but it's not coming to me, so I'll just stop talking. Expats.
Eloquence incarnate. All right, these are for BB Gun. Happy birthday. Not actually truly dedicated to her though, because I can't vouch for what the lyrics are about. So.
As the lyricist, you can't vouch for it.
So it goes against the creative process.
Differentiate the truth from the lies we're telling you.
but it's new, so what are you gonna do? Couldn't be all correct, right? Hey, we've played this one 100 times, so we know it well. That was on purpose.
Should I see someone I could use the